Yo, 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 what's good, everybody? This is Mr. Composition, the MC that writes fiction, and we're back after a week's break. Chapter 296 of Black Clover leaks and spoilers are out, and whoa, we get a nice little tidbit. Now, take into consideration, we're on chapter 296. We're literally 4 chapters away from the big 300 episode. And I think the way Tabata's setting this up, the next couple of chapters, I think are going to be completely insane. But let's go ahead and dive into this spoilers and leaks of chapter 296. Alright, so last time on chapter 295, we got, as far as the official, do a quick little run through. Noelle and Gaja come into the fight. We see a little back and forth between between Noelle and Vanica. We find out that Noelle confirmed did get the Undine water spirit, and we find out why and how she was able to get the water spirit, and we find out as far as a new stage that's for spirit possessed or spirit wielding mages for attacks, and it's called Saint Stage. And the Saint Stage, this is really dope, you know. And so we go into back and forth between them two, coming Noelle and Undine to save Lolo Pachica, and then boom, we come back to the now, and it is an intense fight. The main thing as far as this whole chapter is we see Noelle's new transformation, Saint Valkyrie armor, spirit dive Saint Valkyrie armor, and she is straight up looking for blood, no pun intended. And then we get into chapter 296. Now, take this all with a grain of salt. This is the summary, and then we're gonna go into what I physically see on these leaks here. So, what we get in this summary, of course, the Vanica and Noelle fight continues. Noelle is absolutely dominating the fight. The person in the summary put in parentheses, for the meantime. Then we get Noelle mom flashback. Now this was crazy. We get to see Acier versus Vanica, and we see young Nozel carrying an infant Noelle. That is freaking insane. When Acier gets cursed is shown. And then we get the last panel. We see Acier saying something to Vanica, and then boom. Whew. It is crazy, but when we look at as far as the actual pictures here, now this is what's intense. With the leaks, the people who put the leaks together, they tried to emphasize which one was Noelle and which one was Acier, because they really do look freaking identical. I think the only way we're able to know for sure which one is which is the fact that Noelle does have the halo. But almost, other than that, she almost looks identical. So on one leak, we see Noelle completely destroying these red beasts from Vanica. Then we get, this was, again, these aren't in order, so the way that I'm seeing it is just in the way that it was presented. So yeah, we get Noelle, she's straight up going straight towards Vanica, and then we get a flashback of Acier. She's like all bloodied up, ready to open up a can of whoopee. And there's a particular house. There's like this apparently it's called the Kanji, and it's a hiding place. Now what's interesting about this hiding place, I don't know, I feel like that's been shown before, which is weird. But we see freaking Vanica right next to a young Nozel and a baby infant Noelle as she's crying, and Nozel's sitting up there with the little sweat things coming down his face. We see freaking Acier scream out, and she goes straight to Vanica, stabs her just like freaking Noelle did. And she came super quick, because you see like all the lines, how quick this is, and even Nozel, it's almost like Nozel almost didn't even know what was even going on. Like that's how quick she was. And if you see this particular panel, it looks like Vanica was trying to swipe away something, but completely got stabbed. But within that, we see this is where Acier gets cursed, because she's stabbed, and then we see this big blue water orb, and then we see as far as those familiar curse marks. So it looks like she cursed literally as she got stabbed. And then we get to the current moment again, where freaking Noelle, she's got the sword, and let me tell you, she is not playing around, which is interesting, because I don't think that when looking at the spirit dive, the Saint Valkyrie armor, I'm not sure if possibly Noelle is going to be able to swap out weapons, because when you look at chapter 295, and I'll put this up on the video, when you look at chapter 295, it looks like she has a lancer, but when we look at the leaks as far as chapter 296, it looks like she has a sword. Like literally it switched to a sword, because the way that she's holding it, it looks like she has one hand holding the handle, and she has another hand at the bottom of the handle as if to push it directly into Vanica. Either way, it looks intense, and we get a Sea Dragon's War that I don't know if this is through, I want to say this is through Noelle. Yeah, I definitely say it's through Noelle. So yeah, those are the leaks, man. This chapter is intense. It was just a few panels. Now wait for chapter 296 to officially come out on Sunday. So there's a lot. Just a quick recap. This looks like in chapter 296, we're getting to get some more information on how Noelle's mother got cursed, and when she got actually cursed, what was the, everything around that particular aspect. We also see freaking Noelle completely dominating. Now, those are like basically, those are the two main things, because as far as the leaks are concerned, we get a flashback and we get, Noelle completely dominating right now. Now, these aren't all the panels, so those are everything as far as to think about. Now, what I was looking at in some of the comment sections, it was very, very interesting. So for one, a lot of people are confused, or they're unsure with how old the Dark Triad is, because they're devil possessed. So, Dante specifically was just all like, I don't age, or, all these different things. So there seems to be a particular something in regard to time that's going on here. And whether that, there's somewhat of a disconnect, and it may be intentional or not, as far as like exactly around the time everything's going on. Another thing that was taken in, that was in the comment section, was a lot of people are not wanting Vanica to basically, like, it's all like, yo, we want to see more of everything, and they don't want her to get one-shotted basically. And the other thing was, a lot of people were saying that basically Real is almost like a wasted talent almost. When it comes to as far as the timeline with everything, I'm thinking about, I'm not sure if there's a couple of videos that I've seen where they were explaining as far as the time with what's currently going on. And I think people have sprinkled about it, talked about, you know, at the time that especially Xenon got his power versus the events that took place, some things aren't adding up. So if you want to see a video or even some discussion in regards to that, as far as what time frame did the Dark Triad and everything kind of like all formulate, so that way everyone could kind of be on the same page as far as like, okay, this is when it happened, this all made sense, okay, boom, boom, boom. So if you want to see a video on that, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe. The other thing was as far as Noelle beating Vanica, like quote unquote, so easily. What I predict is gonna happen is I think that Noelle is going to beat Vanica. And I think in the process of that, Magicula is gonna take over her body completely, or either come out of her body or something like that completely. And I think that's where we're gonna see this Nozel, Dorothy versus Magicula. That's just my personal theory. And then as far as Real, look guys, Real is pretty freaking powerful. You know, we do have to take into consideration at 294, he was able to counteract the full cursed, unhinged Lolopachika. Now, we do have to take into consideration with everything that was told before us as far as, so if Lolopachika, if the whole thing was Lolopachika couldn't learn an attack spell, even with the curse from Vanica, is she still, like, she's powerful, but are her attacks, as far as even still attacking, are those gonna be powerful as well? You know, so Real being able to counteract that, I don't think could be taken into consideration. And then for 2, they're not trying to kill Lolopachika, so it's a very delicate situation that really pretty much all they can do is hold their own pretty much. So I don't think that because he's doing that, because he's being a support character, that he's weak or that he's being put to the side. There's so much high energy stuff that's going on. It's really easy to seem like, well, what are the other characters doing? But don't think that. Don't think that. So, I mean, personally, this chapter is gonna be fire. I can't wait for Sunday. It's gonna be so cool. Anyways, if y'all like as far as the video, please make sure to like and subscribe. It helps out with the algorithm. We're almost at 100 subscribers, so come on, literally 6 of y'all can subscribe and boom, we'll be at 100. I'll do a special 100 video and kind of reflect, you know, on the type of content they're putting out. Appreciate y'all for continuing to support. Make sure to check out my manga, the Most Random Manga Ever. Link in the description. First 6 chapters are out. Working on chapter 7 right now. Also, plenty of other goodies. Link in the description. So make sure to support your boy. And let me know in the comments what type of Black Clover content would you like to see that you have not seen other YouTubers do. Alright, but again, my name is Mr. Composition, MC that writes fiction. Peace.
Coming back to earth with a couple gems of wisdom that might take a few decades to decode. So I better get the work on. No need for second guessing, cause it was all